Good evening, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, Dr. Ali Al-Shamali, Chairman of Al-Madina for Finance and Investment, Mr. Joshi, CEO of UTI International, Mr. P.M. Thomas, the Acting Ambassador of India and the Shastri Affairs ad interim, and Mr. Ajay Ragal, Manager of UTI Asset Management. I see before me so many interested individuals here, and particularly I extend a warm welcome to all of you, and also the fact that today is a very historic day in the relations between India and Kuwait. Historic in the sense that we get a fund launched for the very first time. This morning at a press conference, the fund was officially launched, and today we have a presentation from the chief advisors to the fund, which is UTI International. And when we look at the manner in which this fund came about, it began with the Kuwait Business Council initiative in promoting bilateral trade relations between India and Kuwait. We have held several seminars which have been focused on different segments like IT services, IT-enabled services. We have held seminars on business opportunities in India, and we have also held a seminar quite recently on India Welcomes the World, where we've had several distinguished participants. And in the wake of this, we have had several delegations which have come in from India, delegations from the CII, as well as delegations from the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, to which Kuwait India Business Council is affiliated by virtue of an agreement of cooperation. Now, investments have been a very interesting and very necessary part of an individual's life in our country here. But quite often, you realize that there are several avenues, and quite often, many of us fall prey to the wiles or to the sales pitch offered by some organizations or individuals who come into the country and put forth a pitch. And this is not restricted to just the Kuwaiti segment of the population alone. If you will recall, a couple of years ago there was a hue and cry at the Kuwait National Assembly when some investment companies took a lot of investors for a ride which they didn't expect. Likewise, there have been several high net worth Indians here in Kuwait who have lost a lot of money because they had chose to invest in people who had come in from other countries, and then their efforts were wasted because the funds or the avenues for investment, while it went on well initially, later folded up, leaving a lot of people with their hard-earned money down the drain. So the concept of having something to do as an investment opportunity came up when a visiting delegation was hosted by Dr. Ali Al-Shamali at his Diwania. It was a very high-powered delegation. It was headed by Mr. Nimesh Kampani of Morgan Stanley. It had eminent people who comprised of the broad spectrum of the financial services sector in India. Now, Dr. Ali's association with India goes a very long way. He has been a source of strength to the council. He has been on the board of governors, and in the recently reconstituted council, Dr. Ali is also the business advisor of the Kuwait India Business Council. And following the visit of this delegation and the meeting hosted at Dr. Ali's Diwania, we followed up with a visit to Bombay, where he personally met with the titans of the financial world. And then I would leave it to Dr. Ali to explain to you how his vision for an investment opportunity crystallized. But importantly, what I would like to say is this fund, which is being launched, is a Kuwaiti fund. You will have the net asset value of the fund in Kuwaiti dinars, and any requirement, any questions, even monthly redemptions, all will be handled here in Kuwait. The fund supervisory authority is the Central Bank of Kuwait. The fund custodian is the Kuwait Clearing Company, and it works under a license from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. But very interestingly, for some of us here, for a lot of Indians who are present here today, the speed at which the process of this formation has taken place is something remarkable. But the beginning of the process and its culmination is very significant for Indians. On October 2nd, which is Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary, which is celebrated in India as Gandhi Jayanti, and Mahatma Gandhi being the father of the nation, we found that it was on October 2nd that the Central Bank of Kuwait gave the clearance to establish this fund. And then we received the permissions from the ministerial resolution to establish this fund on 10th. And then on 19th, the Ministry of Commerce issued us the permission. And on Diwali Day, which is celebrated all over India as the Festival of Lights, where the forces of good triumph over that of evil, we received the clearance from the Security and Exchange Board of India. So October 2 to November 2, 2005 are significant milestones. And on this occasion, as I extend a warm welcome to all of you, I would like to thank all the members of the community, cutting across the cross-section, Kuwaitis, expatriates, and all of you who have come in here as heads of mission from several countries. I see before me the heads of mission of Sri Lanka, Cuba, Venezuela, Bangladesh, Zimbabwe, the Vice Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, and the Ambassador of Romania also here. See, it's an interest of what some event which is very striking. For the very first time it occurs, and this generates interest. And this is an opportunity which is being provided to Kuwaiti investors, Kuwaiti institutions, to non-resident Indians, cutting across anybody. It's an investor who can invest in a safe haven. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome all of you to